What of the $69 billion? I got a letter, I didn't prompt them, from an American law firm saying that they have assets or access to a bank account in Texas that has over 69 billion US dollars. Proceeds from stolen crude oil. And the 9 billion, 69, the proceeds from the crude oil is 60 billion. The 9 billion is, they mentioned the name, Patrick Aziza.
The snippet you just saw, is from Sheu's podcast. You are going to see the full video. So you're going to see the full video, and they are going to see another video after that one. But I just wanted to start with that, so you get a glimpse of where I'm trying to drive to, what I'm trying to talk about. Here you see that it's obvious that a Nigerian government is not even trying to fight any corruption. They are not doing it. They talk about culture. During the time of Buhari, that was he's going to do this, going to. But when it gets into their nothing happened. The man just did there, just dey do like say he does not know what is happening. When something is, I'm not aware. That was all he was saying. I'm not aware. So this people, they don't really bother to fight corruption. As you can see, they clearly know what is happening. They can actually get these people that are taking our money to foreign countries and causing our economy to crumble. They actually know them, but for them to get these people, they don't really care. They don't want to do that because them too, they are involved. These people are directly linked to them. But before I talk further, let's see the videos. Let's see the videos. So you get the points where I'm driving to. Let's see the videos.
How bad is corruption in the Nigerian government or in the Nigerian system?
Some of the things I recovered were returned back to, the people will recover those things from. For instance, there was this case of somebody will recover 80 S-Class Mercedes-Benz car, brand new, houses, farms, motorcycles, and so forth. In a house in Jabi, under information, we got intelligence, and we went there, we saw all those things. I wrote to the customs, the DG of customs, do these people pay custom duties on these vehicles? 80 brand new S-Class, armored plated. The CG of customs said no, they didn't pay. I wrote to Federal Inland Revenue Service. These people pay tax. If you are importing, if you have this kind of vehicles, if you have money to buy this kind of vehicles, you should pay enormous tax to the Nigerian government. They say no, they don't have any record of them paying tax. So we went to court. We got an order of official, and then the court asked us to, we should take custody of those things, interim for official, pending the hearing of the case. So I did it. I did a memo to the Attorney General to brief him of what we were doing. But later on, the Attorney General said that all the cases are investigated. They never mandated me. One of them was, came through Panama Papers. You know about the Panama Papers? Mm-hmm. A Nigerian senator, former military governor, was mentioned that he has properties in offshore islands. Since I didn't have the structures to investigate this issue, which is overseas, I went to the DG, NIA, said, look, please, let us work together to do this investigation. And they did the investigation. The report was sent to me. I sent one to the president and I sent one to the Attorney General that this man has over 200 million pounds in the offshore islands.
A former governor, a sitting senator.
He's no longer in the Senate.
No, at the time.
At that time, he was a sitting senator. But he had been president of the Nigerian Senate.
But nothing happened.
Not till today. What of the $69 billion? I got a letter, I didn't prompt them, from an American law firm saying that they have assets or access to a bank account in Texas that has over 69 billion US dollars. proceeds from stolen crude oil. And the 9 billion, 69, the proceeds from the crude oil is 60 billion. The 9 billion is, they mentioned the name, Patrick Aziza, who was National Security Advisor. And I thought it was beyond me, so I wrote to the president that this is what this firm has, alleged. Yes, that they are asking for money, that if we make some payment available, that they will give us the bank, not the holders of the account number, the bank accounts, and so forth and so on. So I went to the president and said, approve, so that we can recover this money. 69 billion, it's a lot of money. Of course, nothing came out of it.
Up to now.
I also did a letter to Attorney General to brief him. But do you know what he said? The day he saw my wife, he laughed in a very sarcastic manner. I think Obla claimed that he would recover 69 billion US dollars as he recovered the money. He was being sarcastic. How would I recover the money when you didn't act as the Attorney General? Somebody had said, look, we have $69 billion of Nigerian money in a bank account in America.
And the government did not take action.
Nothing. Look, it's in the media. If you look at Punch published the story. Punch published this story. Even when Buhari was in office, they did. I think if I would download it and send it to you, nothing was done.
It feels like the government you work for was a failure in that respect.
Why I have said so, that I was disappointed, because I believe so much in the former president, and I worked passionately for him.
But I mean, would you attribute the underdevelopment of our country today to corruption?
Why not? Look, if you can, somebody can take $69 billion out of Nigeria. If we have $69 billion, our universities will change. Our polytechnics, our secondary schools, we'll have water.
The Senate Committee on Army and Air Force should ensure that we do not only provide more money to the armed forces, that we guide jealously what they use that money to procure. Because under the supervision and oversight of this National Assembly, previous service chiefs diverted money to building universities in their various communities. Those are the kind of resources that should have been used to procure modern technology. And to think that money was being diverted to non-essentials. And as we speak, those institutions are not teaching anything about security. They are just another glorified university. And I believe that if half of those money was used to strengthen NDA in terms of competence of the men, and the rest used to procure modern technology for the armed forces, the armed forces would have been far more competent. Just last year when we were doing the supplementary budget, we saw that the Navy even appropriate money to buy a yacht. That is why the oversight responsibility of this Senate is extremely important, to prevent the armed forces to prioritize in a manner that coincides with what we think the Nigerian Army should be doing.
The additional prayer proposed by distinguished Senator Adams Oshimole is to the effect that we should mandate our Senate committees on defense, Navy, Air Force, Army, and other related security agencies to oversight all appropriations to the armed forces to avoid diversion of such monies from procurement of necessary tools to fight insurgents into unnecessary construction of universities in various domains of the armed forces chiefs. This prayer has been seconded. Those in support of the prayer say aye. Those against say nay. Let me take it again. The prayer is that all the Senate committees on defense, Navy, Air Force, and Army should immediately oversight and monitor that all appropriations made by this hallowed chamber are not diverted by the service chiefs to construction of universities in their communities as happened in the past, but rather injected into the purchase of weaponry and technological equipment meant to fight insurgencies. This prayer has been seconded. Those in support of this additional prayer say aye, and those against say nay. Okay, the nays have it.
Okay, now the first video, you can clearly see that the man, according to what he said, he got information that so money, 96 billion dollars is in US. And if he could make some payments, they will give him the details of the accounts that are holding this money, the banks and the account holders' names. Everything will be given to him. Then, of course, you have to meet the person that sent him to investigate all these things. Meanwhile, this man is the chairman of the panel that was set up by Buhari's government to recover stolen funds. That was what the man was doing. So he has found a stolen fund in the US. So of course, he have to meet the person that sent him. But what happened? They met them. He said they write to Attorney General and they write to the president, but nothing happened. They don't do anything. Nothing happened. They didn't bother to recover this money. And even as of then, Nigerian debt was even below this money that was discovered. Nigerian debt was below this money that was discovered. So it was about like 80 something billion dollars. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. And if you can see clearly on the second video, they were talking about how sorry how they got to find out that money that was allocated to get equipment to fight insurgency like Boko Haram and bandit and all of that. This money was diverted by military chiefs, and then they used the money to build university. And they are debating to know if they will set up a committee to oversee what this money is being used for. As in when they give this money, they send this committee to make sure that these people they use this money to get the equipment that is meant to fight the insurgency. And what did they do? They voted that the money should not, such committee should not be set up. But my take on this is they actually know these chiefs. If they could tell us that they use the money to build universities, it means that they know the chiefs that diverted this money and used the money to build universities. But here they are not talking about prosecuting these chiefs. They are not talking about prosecuting them and getting back the money that they diverted. They are only looking for how to stop further diversion. Is that what they are supposed to be talking about? Is that what they are supposed to be debating? I don't even see any need to debate on this. They are supposed to meet the president, and the president will just form a committee because the president is the one giving out the money. They don't even need to go to debate on this um, to vote on it. There should be no. I know there's the one that is going to set up a committee. The saying I want to set up, but I don't see any reason why they should be voted this thing. Just like what Trump is doing. He just set up he just met this guy Elon Musk, and they use this Doge company to track. There should be no debate on such thing. This is stolen funds. This money has been stolen. They just need to give a direct setup of committee. Nothing. They just like what Buhari did on his own time. That this man was trying to get the stolen fund and nothing happened. So tell me, these people they actually know the people that are taking this money. They know them. They are not bothered. They don't want to do anything about it. The only people that they kind of play around with is the people that they do not have direct link with. If they have direct link with you, they will not even go close to you. And those people they are even playing around with, they will not actually persecute them or do anything to them. They will just play around them, play to just act film, to show us that actually they are fighting corruption. But at the end of the day, nothing happens. How would they know that the chiefs diverted money that is meant to get security equipment to fight insurgency, and they are talking about how to stop them from diverting more money when they are supposed to be talking about how to prosecute this people? And how can Buhari tell us that he wanted to fight uh, corruption, and this such matter is brought to him and he did nothing about it? And it's funny enough, it is Jonathan's regime that all this money was stolen. And Jonathan, I don't know why the Jonathan regime, I believe, is the most corrupt regime, because it is his regime that so much was taken out of this country. It was on his regime that so much money was taken out of this country. I don't know. We see him as a president that his regime was better, based on how it affected the citizens. The economy was good. Things wasn't skyrocketing like the way it is doing today. And then fuel price was stable and all of that. But his regime was the most corrupt, if I may say. The regime was the most corrupt.